Om. कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम् यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् गोष्पतीकृतवाराशिं वशकीकृतराक्षसम् रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनम् कपीशम् अक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूता रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायण महानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीद् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः मङ्गलं कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्दये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलं सियावर रामचन्द्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Prosperity of any country, a society, depends on three factors: political stability, natural resources, integrity of the people. Prosperity doesn't come by looting from somebody. That is wealth or richness. And if a whole society is looting from others, each other, such a society will perish in due course of time. The community or country that knows how to utilize the resources that are available within itself and able to make everybody's life better to a higher standard, such a nation, a society or community can sustain itself for a long time. This is seen in many, many different cultures in the world over the past so many hundreds of years. And education is that which integrates all the three: culture, or the integrity of the people, and how to gain access to the natural resources and the political stability. In the past, many places, many parts of the world had one individual being, a king, who decides the course of the community or the nation's destiny. And his descendants became further rulers. In such situation, unless the whole dynasty is so well-behaved, cultured, intelligent, educated, which is very unlikely, then that country will prosper, flourish. But it is often seen, a dynasty of people, not all of them who come in the same descendants, will have the same integrity and education, brilliance, etc. Sometimes the same person from one to become another would become another over a period of time. One may start off with the noble intention, but end up in total destruction. In which case, along with him, the whole country will also perish. That's what is happening right now. Not today in the world, that we see in Lanka also. The curse that was given by Nandikeshwara, when forcefully Ravana had taken Shivalingam, the power of Shiva, as though to his country, Nandi was disrespected. The vehicle of the Lord. When we say vehicle of the Lord, it is not an animal. Who carries Bhagavan? Bhaktaha. The Bhaktas represent the vehicle of the Lord. For Ganesha, it is Moshika. For Shiva, it is Rishabha, Nandi. For Kartikeya, it is the peacock. For Bhagavan Vishnu, it is Garuda. In this way, those represent the mind of the Bhakta. In case of Bhagavan Vishnu, the Garuda, who appropriately is so powerful, swift, quick to reach the devotees very, very quickly. Therefore, Garuda is portrayed as most fast animal, bird, faster than any animal also, faster than even cheetah. Anything in the world, it is fast, because Bhagavan Vishnu need to reach his devotees very quickly as soon as they are in trouble or they ask for him. Bhagavan Shiva, representing the state of oneness with the self, ever within oneself peacefully. Nandi, representing him, or making all of us know a Bhakta should turn towards Bhagavan all the time. And then only there is Ananda. So Anandati, iti Nandi. Ever paying its attention continuously upon the Lord. So that Nandi, whose total dedication and devotion to the Lord is disrespected, obviously Ravana was cursed by him. One day you will make a mistake. And at that time, one Duta of Rama, Bhagavan Vishnu, would come and he would bring an end to the entire dynasty. So that's the third Sarga completed there. Lanka, the lady, she told him, Yadrichayatum Janagatmajam Satim Vimargam Sarvatra Gato Yatasukam. Go ahead and go for Sita as you wish, because she knew that's why he has come. Even though he said, I'm a tourist, but she knew that this is the one who is going to end the dynasty of the demons here. Continuing in the fourth canto, Sanirjitya Purim Lankam
Sanirjitya Purim Lankam
Shreshtam Tam Kamarupinim
Shreshtam Tam Kamarupinim
Vikramena Mahateja
Vikramena Mahateja
Hanuman Kapisattamah
Hanuman Kapisattamah
Advarena Mahaviryah
Advarena Mahaviryah
Akaram Abapluve
Prakaram Avapupluve
Nishilankam Mahasatvo
Nishilankam Mahasatvo
Vivesha Kapikunjarah
Vivesha Kapikunjarah
Pravishya Nagarim Lankam
Pravishya Nagarim Lankam
Kapirajahitankarah
Kapirajahitankarah
Chakreta Padam Sajyam Savyam
Chakreta Padam Savyam
Chashatrunam Satumurdani
Chashatrunam Satumurthani
Pravishta Sattva Sampanno
Pravishta Sattva Sampanno
Nishaya Marutatmajah
Nishayam Marutatmajah
Samaha Padamapathaya
Samaha Pathamastaya
Tapushpa Virajitam
Mukta Pushpa Virajitam
Tadastutam Purim Lankam
Tatastu Tampurim Lankam
Ramyam Abhiyayau Kapihi
Ramyam Abhiyayau Kapihi
Hasito Krishta Ninadaihi
Hasitot Krushta Ninadaihi
Turya Gosha Puraskritaihi
Turya Ghosha Purakrutaihi
Vajrankusha Nikashaischa
Vajrankusha Nikashchaischa
Vajrajala Vibhushitaihi
Vajrajala Vibhushitaihi
Grihameghai Purim Ramya
Gruhamedhai Purim Ramya
Meghai Babhase Dyorivambudaihi
Babhase
Dyorivambudaihi
Dyaurivambudaihi
Prajajala Tadalanka
Prajajvala Ladalanka
Prajajvala Tatalanka
Prajajvala Tadalanka
Raksho Ganagrihai Shubhaihi
Raksho Ganagruhai Shubhaihi
Sitabra Sadrishai Chitraihi
Sitabra Sadrushai Chitraihi
Padmadvastiga Samstitaihi
Padmasvastika Samstitaihi
Vardhamana Grihaischapi
Vardhamana Gruhaischapi
Sarvadasu Vibhushitaihi
Sarvatastu Vibhushitaihi
Swasti. Kapisattamaha Hanuman Mahateja Vikramena nirjitya purim lankam sreshtam tam kamarupinim Mahateja Kavisattamaha, man of great strength, Hanuman, Vikramena by his power, Kavisattamaha, best of the monkeys, Kamarupinim, Lankam Sreshtam Tam Nirjitya Purim, having conquered that Kamarupini, one who can take up any form, that Lanka, which is very well known, having conquered, he did not go through the main entrance. Advarena. Mahaviryaha prakaram avaplupluve. He entered into the prakara because he knows now, alarmed, the Rakshasas would be ready to attack him. And therefore he entered the city and he did not enter in the main area. So why he did that? So it's very interesting. That is becoming here. Mahasattvaha Lankam Vivesha Kapikunjaraha Nishi, at the time in the middle of the night, he slowly entered. He Prakaram Avapluplubi. He jumped over the wall, not through the main entrance. Advarena Prakaram Avapluplubi. Nagarim Lankam Pravishya Kaviraja Hitankaraha Kapiraja Sugriva. Hitankaraha Idam Karoti. He the one who worked for the welfare of Sugriva, because Sugriva had given the assurance to Rama that I will make sure that your task is accomplished. What is that? To find Sita, to get her back. Keeping that in mind alone, he Kapika Abhiraja Hitankaraha Lankam Nagarim Pravishya Savyam Padam Chakre. He put the left foot as he landed. And it is symbolically to say Shatruna Murdani, and the heads of all the enemies. Interesting. You know, when we enter any house, first thing they say, put your right foot and come in. That's a tradition. I mean, it is to say that right foot is considered as the right way of doing things. But if you put left foot, which means what? That is a starting point of it, something dangerous. Traditionally in Hinduism, anything you do by the left hand is considered as unholy, inauspicious. In other words, word is very simple. He left behind. He will not say he right behind. He right behind you. That's another problem. Left. It is to be left. Heya hai, chodna hai, ignore, to be ignored. So something which is kept or done in the left side, it is considered as nicha. And therefore here, when he put the left foot, it is to say, this is supposed to be destroyed, to be removed, to be neglected, to be avoided, to not stay anymore here. Tyag karne ka yogya hai. Tyajya hai. So, Kapikunjaraha, see, he Murdani, Shatrunam Murdani Padam Chakre. He put his left foot as though on the head of all the Shatrus. That's why he said he did not enter through the main door. He came through the leaping on the... So, we have seen in Lanka, when we went there is a huge rock on which there is the impression of a foot of a monkey. If you go to Lanka, if it's still alive, the place is still okay. You go and visit it and see it. So pravishta sattva sampannaha nishayam pravishtaha. In the night who had got entered into that, Marutatmajaha. Sattva sampannaha, one who is filled with physical strength as well. Sa maha Mahapadamataya, having entered Mahapadamataya, he entered the main street, having entered Mukta Pushpa Virajitam, and that very main street is filled with flowers that were thrown, Mukta, spread. Mukta thrown or spread, Virajitam Pushpa, that entire street, main street. Tam Purim Lankam Ramyam Abhiyayo Kapihi Tataha. Thereafter, he continued to proceed in that very Lanka, and Hasita Utkrishta Ninadaihi. Here, beautifully, there are descriptions in the night what is happening there. People are not sleeping. Demons, no. They are Nishacharas. They won't sleep that easily. Until late night, they would not sleep, like our teenagers. Nishacharas, nocturnals. So they Hasita Utkrishta Ninadaihi. He heard all the sound of laughter everywhere. And Utkrishta Ninadaihi, they are loudly laughing. Turya, meaning musical instruments. Gosha Pusparaskritaihi, and then shouting and other thing is going on there. And that is also seen, heard by him. Vajrankusha Nikashaischa. So, and also the people who are guarding the very place, Vajra Jala Vibhushitaihi, and Nikasha means sama. So that is the very many ayudas are seen, which are made of diamond, like looking like a gold, diamond, and Vajra. And Vajrajala Vibhushitaihi Grihamegaihi. The very beautiful houses which are looking like that of Mega. Grihamegaihi Purim Ramya Babase Doh Iva Ambudaihi. It looked like Doh Iva Ambudaihi. So it is looked like Ambudaihi. Among the clouds, there is like the mansions were looking like the towering clouds. And it is also shining. Dauhu Iva. Dau means that which is subject to the space, in this space, Babase, Ramya Babase, shining in the sky as though, because even when you have skyscrapers in New York and LA and other places, and in the night, dark night, filled with a lot of lights, etc., then how does it look? As though in the sky there are clouds are shining. Prajajwala Tatalanka. The whole place was well illumined. And not even electric light, it's all filled with many oil lamps and other things. Rakshogana Gruhaihi Shubhaihi. And all the mansions of the demons there. Sita Abra Sadrshaihi. Sita white, Abra cloud, Sadrshaihi. Like white clouds. Chitraihi, varieties of them. And they had the symbols of Padma Swastika Samstitaihi. They had the symbol of lotus and swasti. As you know, lotus representing the Again, the prosperity of the place, because lotus is a very beautifully grown in the ponds and very soft, very attractive one offered to the Lord. And so they are Padma and Swasti. Swasti, obviously, symbol of prosperity. Again, it is a symbol of Lord Sun. Samstitaihi Vardamana Grihaihi Chapi. And the very mansions are all Vardamana. Vardamana means we are very well growing up. Vardamana also means a particular name given. Vardha means that which is growing. Vardhanam. But Vardhamana is also a word used for a particular arrangement of the house. As the footnote goes, as you see here, I don't know that you have, Chadushalam Chadurdwaram Sarvado Bhadrasam Chidam Paschimadwara Hitam Nandya Brother Nandya Varta Hiyam Tutad Dakshinadwara Rahitam Vardhamanam Dhanapradam Pragdwara Rahitam Swastikakyam tu Swastikakyam Putra Dhanapradam. Interesting. It is very often believed by people, Vastu Shastra people, oh, you should have entrance through the south. You should not have entrance to the south. You should have entrance only from the east. All that is there. So some of you who are in the field of real estate, here it is, the note says, a house with 4 rooms, one each quarter, Chadushalam, Chadurdwaram, and also having 4 different exit points are known as Sarvado Bhadra. It's always auspicious. Paschimadwara Rahitam, which does not have the opening on the west side, is known as Nandyavarta. And the house which is having an opening in the Dakshina, this is as against the belief that there should not be any entrance through the south. Dakshina Dwara Rahitam. A house with 3 gates having no opening. A house without any opening in the south. Yes, correct. So without any opening in the south, which south is being a symbol of death and inauspiciousness, one which does not have a south entrance, it is known as Vardhamana, which is giver of Vardhamanam Dhanapradam, which gives a lot of wealth. And Pragdwara Rahitam. So Paschimadwara Rahitam, one who does not have the western side, it is called Nandyavarta. And one does not have Dakshinadwara, it is Vardhamana. One does not have the entrance in the eastern side, Pragdwara Rahitam Swastikakyam Putra Dhanapradam. So one does not have the eastern side. So what does it mean? Only in the north it is allowed. No entrance in the east is called Swastika and bestows sons and riches. So what is the only entrance that is allowed then? Main entrance is north. It's interesting. Anyway, so here they all of them are called Vardhamana. Tam Chitramalyabaranam.
Tam Chitramalyabaram.
Abaranam. Kavirajahitankaraha.
Kavirajahitankaraha.
Agavate Charanji Sriman.
Raghavarde Charan Shriman.
Dadarsha Chananandacha.
Pradarsha Chananandacha.
Bhavanam Gachan.
Bhavanad Bhavanam Gachan.
Dadarsha Kapikunjaraha.
तदर्श कपिकुञ्जरः
विविधाकृति रूपाणि
विविधाकृतिरूपाणि
भवनानि ततस्ततः
भवनानि ततस्ततः
शुश्रावरुचिरं गीतम्
शुश्रावरुचिरं गीतम्
विस्तानस्वरभूषितम्
त्रिस्थानस्वरभूषितम्
स्त्रीणां मदनविद्धानां
स्त्रीणां मदनविद्धानां
दिवि चाप्सरसामिव
दिवि चाप्सरसामिव
शुश्राव काञ्चीनिनदम्
शुश्रावकाञ्चीनिनदम्
नूपुराणां च निस्वनम्
नूपुराणां च निस्वनम्
सोपानिनदांश्चापि
सोपाननिनदांश्चापि
भवनेषु महात्मनाम्
भवनेषु महात्मनाम्
आस्फोटितनिनादांश्च
आस्फोटितनिनादांश्च
श्रवेडितां च ततस्ततः
पीडितांश्च ततस्ततः
स्वेडितांश्च शुश्राव जपतां तत्र
शुश्रावजपतां तत्र
मन्त्रान् रक्षो गृहेषु वै
मन्त्रान् रक्षो गृहेषु वै
स्वाध्याय निरतांश्चैव
स्वाध्यायनिरतांश्चैव
यातुदानां ददर्शसः
यातु दानान् ददर्शसः
रावणस्तव संयुक्तान्
रावणस्तव संयुक्तान्
गर्जतो राक्षसानपि
गर्जतो राक्षसानपि
राजमार्गं समाकृत्य
राजमार्गं समावृत्य
तं रक्षो गणं महत्
स्थितं रक्षो गणं महत्
तां चित्रमाल्याभरणां that those very place tam nagari that tam lankam chitramalyabaranam having so many different kinds of garlands, colorful ones, chitramalyabaranam kabi raja hidankara Hanuman, again one who is working for Sugriva's welfare. Rajamarge Ragavarte Charan Sriman, the very well-known one who is working for Raghava Arte, even though it is for Sugriva, all right, but it is meant for the actual benefit of Raghava. Nanandacha Dadarshacha, he started to look at the Lanka, which is delightful while seeing. Bhavanad Bhavanam Gachan, going from one house to another. And he saw all of that. What are the things he saw? Dadarsha Kavikunjaraha. Vividhakriti Rupani Bhavanani. Not all of them are, cookie cut, same. No. Each one is so different. Not only they are different, they are differently built. And each one of them are having different kind of architecture, design. Nowadays it is not like the same thing, cut. The whole community looks, every house is the same. Because if by mistake you go to somebody's house, nothing, everything will be the same. Whereas there, you see, every house is individually built, individually designed. Tadastadaha. And Ruchiram Geedam Shushrava. Started to hear beautiful music. Tristana Swarabhushitam. Sound should come from 3 points. From the throat, guttural also it's called. And then from the middle of the mouth, and then the tip of the mouth. So the training is to have, to all the 3 of them properly tuned. Then you get the lowest note also, the highest note also, and the mediocre note also. Very well, smoothly transition should take place. So some of us are almost, they sing only in the nose, they're there only. They never go further down. And so for them, it is very difficult for them to really sustain themselves for too long, because they are artificial sound they are making. They are not actual sound, artificial. What is called false voice. many people take into the false voice and they train themselves only with the false voice. They will not be sounding good for people. Because we always sing in the false voice, it is not sustainable. It is. So one has to train from the base onwards and then develop all the way to modulations, various modulations from the lowest note to the highest note. That is the training. So Tristana Swara Bhushitam Geetam Ruchiram Sushrava Strinam Madana Vidhanam Tivicha Apsarasamiva. And he saw the women who are there moving about, who are looking like the Apsaras, the damsels in the heaven, and also they are Madana Vidhana. One meaning of Madana is love. Another meaning is intoxication. Perhaps that is what here it means, because is in Lanka. The Rakshasas are living. And therefore it can be understood they are all intoxicated, drunk. Strina Madana Vidhanam Divicha Apsaramiva. And then as they were walking, their girdle, they are wearing some kind of a bell and kind of things. And that was making kanchi, it is called, what they will wear in the girdle. And that is making noise also. Nupura, that anklets also, Nupura, Niswanam Shushrava. And as they were walking up the stairs in the 7-story or 8-story building, Saupani Ninadams Chapi. Even those sounds are also heard very clearly. Bhavaneshu, Mahatmanam Bhavaneshu, of those great ministers and others whose houses were there in the main street. Aspotita, the clapping on the hands, because they may probably having party there, having some music and dance going on. Aspotita, clapping, Ninadamscha, Kshveditamscha. Also, they were all talking to each other in a party. Obviously, not everybody listens to the same person. They're all talking to each other also. That is called murmur. Shveda means murmur. Kshveditamscha tadastadaha. Loud clapping and then talking to each other. These are all Shushrava Japatam Tatra. Another place is Mantran Shushrava, Mantran Japatam Shushrava. In other part of the same road, there were houses where Raksho Gruheshu, in some of the Rakshasa, they were actually chanting mantras in the middle of the night. See, mantras should not be chanted at the night. It is not allowed according to the tradition, because you are invoking the gods when they are also resting. And one should always do the mantra chanting before the sunset and after the sunrise. But if at all, when somebody is chanting in the middle of the night, that is to invoke only the evil ones. Swadhyaya Niradamschaiva, those who are studying. What are they studying? Vedas? That is doubtful. Yadudanan, Yadudana means those who are demons. The demons were doing some kind of studying. What is that they were studying? Ravanastava Samyuktan. They were all singing the glories of Ravana. Ravanastava Samyuktan. Rakshasanapi Garjataha. And all, some of them are chanting loudly. It looks like they are all doing Garjana of that. So, Rajamargam Samavritya Stitam Rakshoganam Mahat. And this Rakshogana, the demons army, they were standing right at the royal street, protecting the entire place. And completely covering the area. It's like the night when you go, there is police, midnight police guarding and patrolling. These Rakshasas were patrolling the main street, making sure that when obviously the city or the country is completely covered with water all the sides, but yet they are all guarding continuously, very, very vigilantly. Dadarsha madhyame gulme
ददर्श मध्यमे गुल्मे
rakshasasya charan bahun
राक्षसस्य चरान् बहून्
dikshitan chatilan mundan
दीक्षितान् जटिलान् मुण्डान्
Gojinambaravasasah
गोजीनाम्बरवासतः
Darbhamushti praharanan
दर्भं मुष्टिप्रहरणान्
Agnikunda stada
अग्निकुण्डायुधांस्तथा
Kutamudgara paninscha
कूटमुद्गरपाणिंश्च
Dandayutadharanapi
दण्डायुधधरानपि
Ekakshananeka karnascha
एकाक्षाणेकवर्णाश्च
Aneka varnan is written.
Yes, Swamiji.
Aneka varnan, aneka karnan.
अनेकवर्णांश्च
Okay. There is another version which says aneka karnan. Okay. Lambodharapayodharan
लम्बोदरपयोधरान्
Karalan bhuknavaktramscha
करालान् भुग्नवक्त्रांश्च
Katan vamananstata
विकटान् वामनांस्तथा
Tanvinakadginaschaiva
धन्विनः खड्गिनश्चैव
Tadaknimusalayudan
शतघ्नीमुसलायुधान्
Paridotamaha mahastanscha
परिधोत्तमहांस्तांश्च
Vichitra kavachojvalan
विचित्रकवचोज्ज्वलान्
Atistulan adikrushan
नातिस्थूलान् नातिकृष्णान्
Nadi dirgadihi Nadi dirgan Dirgadi Krishna Nadi dirgadi Nadi dirgadi Hrisvakan
नातिदीर्घातिह्रस्वकान्
Nadi Gauran Nadi Krishnan
नातिगौरान् नातिकृष्णान्
Nadi Kubjan Navamanan
नातिकुब्जान्न वामनान्
Virupan Bahurupanscha
विरूपान् बहुरूपांश्च
Surupanscha Suvarchasah
सुरूपांश्च सुवर्चसः
Vajina Padakani Dvajina Padakinasaiva
द्वजिनः पताकिनश्चैव
Tadarsha Vividayudan
ददर्श विविधायुधान्
Shakti Vrikshayudansaiva
वृक्षायुधांश्चैव
Pattishashani Udharinaha
पट्टिशासनिधारिणः
Shepani Pashahastanscha
क्षेपणी पाशहस्तांश्च
Tadarsha Mahakaribihi
ददर्श स महाकपिः
Sragvinas Tvanila Sragvinas Tvaniliptamscha
स्रग्विणस्त्वनुलिप्तांश्च
Varabharana Bhushitan
वराभरणभूषितान्
Anavesha Samayuktan
नानावेशसमायुक्तान्
Yatasvaira Charan Gruhan Bahun
तथा स्वैराचरान् बहून्
Tikshna Shuladharansaiva
तीक्ष्णशूलधरांश्चैव
Vajrinascha Mahabalan
वज्रिनश्च महाबलान्
Tadasahasramavyagram
शतसाहस्रमव्यग्रम्
Araksham Madhyamam Kapihi
आरक्षं मध्यमं कपिः
Rakshodipadinish Nirdishtam
रक्षोधिपतिनिर्दिष्टं
Tadarshantapuragrataha.
तदर्शान्तः पुराग्रतः
Now he said that the main road has been blocked by these mighty Rakshasas guarding, and right in the middle of the central plaza or central point, Madhyame Gulbe, central zone, Rakshasasya Charan Bahun Dadarsha. He saw many of these Rakshasas moving about. As I said, they are Nishacharas, therefore they are mainly or those who are protectors, no doubt, and they have weapons in their hand, And some of them are given to doing some kind of rituals, because they are being initiated to do certain rituals which are mainly to invoke the evil powers. Dikshitan, those who have been taken Diksha. Jatilan, those who are wearing matted locks. Mundan, those who are completely shaven. Gojina Ambara Vasasaha, those who are wearing the skin of the cow or skin of the deer. Cow, go or ajina. So, Darba Mushti Praharanan, they are having the Darba, which is called Kusha grass, which we use for doing rituals. They have their Darba, and it is said that with that, when the mantra is chanted and when it is released, the Darba had the power to invoke the mantra's power. So they were using that in their hand. Darbhamushti Praharanan, Agnigundhayudanscha tada. And also there, some of them had the fire altar right in front of them. Kuta Mudgara. Mudgara is hammer. And there are hammers that are looking like hammer that we use it for hitting the nail. There are hammers that are used for hitting the people. So they are called very strong and powerful. And they are hidden. Usually they don't hold it that very visibly. Kuta Mudgara Bhanischa. Danda Ayuda. And also they are having staff in their hand. Dharanapi. Some of them having Eka Aksha, one-eyed demons. Some of them having Eka Karna, one ear only. So that's why I said Eka Karna, Eka Aksha, or Eka Aksha, Aneka Varna. Or they have having one eye or of variety of colors. Lambodara having the huge bellies, and Payodharan, and their breasts were swelled with, Payodhara means the chest which holds the milk. So Payodharan, which are Lambodhara, the stomach is huge, while the chest area is also bulging out. Karalan, terrible. Bhuknavaktransa, crooked faces. Vikatan, which are distorted faces. Vamanan, they are also looking dwarf-like, some of them. Danvinaha, with the bow in their hand. Kadginaha, with the sword in their hand. Shadakni is one particular kind of weapon. Shadakni. Musalayudan, Musala is pestle, which is used for removing the rice out of the husk. Musalayudan. Paridhotta Mahatan Seva. So, Pariga Utta Mahatan Seva, having all these various weapons in their hand. These are all, it is interesting. Their hands were like that of the iron. So their hands they are so strong. Parigotta Mahatanscha, Vichitra Kavacha Ujvalan. And their armories are so shining, because made up of iron, obviously. So their shield and then their armors are so brightly shining there. And some of them are not very stout. Na Adistulan, and not very lean also. Na Adikrushan, not very tall. Na Adidirgan, not very short. Na Adikhraswan, Hiswakan, not very, the color of their skin are not very white. Na Adigauran, not that they are dark. Na Adikrishnan, so what is that? Brown. Neither white nor black, then it must be brown. Na Adikubjan, they are not hunchbacked. Na Na Vamanan. They are not, na Vamanan. So they are not even dark like Virupan, of very, very, mostly ugly looking. Bahurupanscha, varieties of forms. Surupanscha, some of them are good looking. Suvarchasaha, some of them look very brilliant and very smart. Dvajinaha, having banner in their hand. Patakinaha, having flags in their hand. Dadasha Vivida Ayudan, holding varieties of weapons in their hand. Shakti Vrukshayudanschaiva. Some of them had their javelins in their hand. Some of them have trees in their hand for attacking. Vrukshayudan. Pattisha, the spears. Ashani, and also the having the missiles in their hand as well. It is like that of the thunderbolt. Ashinadharinaha. And then they also had sling to use some of the probably stones or something else to attack people. Shepani. And then Pasha Hastamscha. They also had Pasha, the gourd in their hand as well. Tadarsha cha Mahakavihi. Sragvinaha, wearing various garlands. Sragvinaha to Anuliptamscha. And also they had sandal paste all over their body, very well pasted, smeared. Vara Abharana Bhushitan, wearing the best of the ornaments on their bodies. Nana Vesha Samayuttan, wearing various kinds of appearances that you can see there. Yada Swaira Racharan Bahun. Yadasvaira means according to their wish. Yadasvaira, according to their own whims, they were moving about. Charan Bahun. Tikshna Shuladarans Chaiva. And also they were having the very sharpened pikes in their hand. Shula. There is Tikshna, which is very well sharpened. Vajrinaha, thunderbolt also in their hand, as though made of thunderbolt in the sense it is so shining like thunder, which is made of diamond. Mahabalan, Sadasahasram, in hundreds and thousands, they were there. Avyagram Arakshakam, they were alert, very Avyagram. Avyagra means where they are, kind of inattentive. Avyagram, without any inattentiveness, meaning alertfully. Araksham, the army. Madhyamam Kamihi, he saw in the middle of the very road, they were all, or the main path, they were all of them standing there. And very interesting that he knew if he had gone without properly disguising himself, he would be really, really in trouble. And the problem is that he can definitely take care of them because he has the strength to do that. But he didn't want to attract attention, as I said before he sees Sita. As you know, after seeing Sita, he really invited trouble to himself only to make sure that he shows the power of the Duta of Rama. Before that, he didn't want to do it. So, Rakshaha Adipati Nirdishtam, as per the command of the Ravana, Dadarsha Antapura Agrataha, they are all seen guarding the back part of the Ravana's very mansion. Antapura Agrataha, they are seen right there in front of the Antapuram. Sadada Tadgriham Drishtva
Tatada Tadgruham Drishtva
Mahahataka Toranam
महाहाटकतोरणम्
Rakshasendrasya Vikyatam
राक्षसेन्द्रस्य विख्यातम्
Adrimurtni Pradishtitam
आद्रिमूर्ध्नि प्रतिष्ठितम्
Pundarikavatam Sapi
पुण्डरीकावतंसाभिः
Parikabi Samavratam
परिखाभिः समावृतम्
Prakaravratamathyantam
प्राकारावृतमत्यन्तम्
Dadarsha Samaha Kabihi
ददर्श स महाकपिः
Trivishtipanibam Divyam
त्रिविष्टपणिभं दिव्यम्
Divyanada Vinaditam
दिव्यनादविनादितम्
Vajihreshita Samgrishtam
वाजिह्रेषितसङ्गृष्टम्
Naditam Bhushanaiस्tada
नादितं भूषणैस्तथा
Ratayyanai Vimanaischa
रथैर्यानैर्विमानैश्च
Tadahayagajai Shubhaihi
तथा हयगजैः शुभैः
Varanaischa Tadurdantaihi
वारणैश्च चतुर्दन्तैः
Shvedabhranichayopamaihi
श्वेताभ्रनिचयोपमैः
Bhushitairuchiradvaram
भूषितैरुचिरद्वारम्
Mattaischa Mrgapakshibihi
मत्तैश्च मृगपक्षिभिः
Rakshitam Sumahaviryaihi
रक्षितं सुमहावीर्यैः
Yatu Danai Sahasrashah
यातु दानैः सहस्रशः
Akshasadipaderguptam
राक्षसाधिपतेर्गुप्तम्
Aviveshagriham Kapihi
आविवेश गृहं कपिः
Sahema Nadachakravalam
सहेमजाम्बूनदचक्रवालम्
Maharha Mukta Manibhushitantam
महार्हमुक्तामणिभूषितान्तम्
Parardya Kala Guru Chandanarham
परार्ध्यकाला गुरुचन्दनार्हम्
Saravanantapurama Vivesha
सरावणान्तःपुरमाविशेष
Tada Saha Tadgriham Drishtva, he saw what is that being protected so well. And in the main street, it is there, Antapuram, that is. Then he realized Mahahataka Toranam. He saw the huge golden gate, golden Toranam, archway. And gold, it is made of gold. See, imagine the prosperity with which that person was living. Of whom? Rakshasendrasya, Ravanasya. Vikhyadam, very well known. Adrimurdni Pradishtitam. Adri is the mountain. Adrimurdni, the top summit of the Trikuta. Pradishtitam. And Pundarika Avatam Sapi. It is looking like that of the lotus, as though. It is like a lotus, and which it is like ornaments that are coming. The full of lotus that are there, that is like hanging down. Like that of the avatamsa means that which is the ornament, which is worn, probably the earrings. So the entire place is so parikhabihi, with the moats, as we saw before. The moats are filled with water with a lot of lotuses. And also dangerous animals were also floating around to protect the place. Nobody can come. Samavratam, the whole fort was filled, all around by the moat. And it is looking like that of, with lotuses, looking like that of earrings at the top of the summit of Trikuta. Prakara avrutam athyantam. That which is filled with the compound, prakaram, or avrutam. That fort is very strongly protected by the compound there. Mahakabihi Tadarsha. Trivishtapa Nibam. It looked like Trivishtapa means heavens. Nibam Samam. It is looking like equal to that of the heavens there. Divyam, most shining, Divyam Tribishtapanibam, Divya Nadidam, and also he heard some very it's a beautiful sound, beautiful music there. Obviously, all the people, devatas, are also captured there, and they were all chanting. Probably that's what he could hear them all. And Vaji Reshita Samgushtam. So they were making noise. All the horses, they were there. Naditam Bhushanaihi Tataha. And also the various ornaments they were wearing also were making noise. Ratai Yane Vimanaischa. It is, the place was filled with various chariots, various vehicles, Yane Vimanaischa. Also the vehicles that can fly. Tada Haya Gajaihi Shubaihi. Also elephants as well as the horses. Varanaischa. Also those elephants which have Chadur Dantaihi, having 4 tusks. Tusks are usually 2, but except the one which is found in the Airavata, it is found in the heavens. Others don't have, but he had 4 tuskers. Chadur Dantaihi Varanaischa. Shveda Abra Nichayopamai. They are looking like Shveda Abra, the white clouds, and which is collected word, Nichaya Upamai. Bhushitaihi Ruchiradwaram, being decorated, that very entrance. Mattaischa. These elephants are also matta, they are all intoxicated as though. Mrigapakshibihi, and also covered with various animals and birds. Rakshitam Sumahaviryehi Yadudanehi, being protected by the best of the demons who are there. Mahavirya is extremely strong. Sahasrashaha, in thousands, they were all there protecting. Rakshasa Adipadehe Guptam, that very hidden fort of Rakshasa Adipati. Guptam here not hidden, guarded. So the very well guarded the abode of Ravana, Avivesha Graham Avivesha Kapihi. He entered the Ravana's palace slowly. Sahema Jambunada Chakravalam. The entire place is covered with, circled with Hema Jambunada. Jambunada is the gold that is obtained from Jambunadi. So Jambunada, Hema. Maharha Muktamani, and the best of the pearls that are there. Bhushitantam, filled with all those various precious ones. And then Parardya Kala Guru Chandanarham, and also the place is filled with a lot of the agaru, so incense sticks, and as well as sandal paste everywhere. And Sa Ravana Antapura Vivesha, Antapuram Avivesha. He entered into the abode of the place of Ravana. So it is so very well built and prosperous, extremely well guarded, and the area where finally he entered, and that is Ravana's abode. And there again he will see the beauty and then richness of his place until he finally looks at the remotest backside of the Ravana Santapura, where Sita is kept imprisoned. Ityarshe Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavya Sundarakande Chaturtha Sarga. Aganita Gunagana.
Aganita Gunagana Bhushana Rama Astrita Vassala Jaya Jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama Apad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama Dasharatha Nandana Sri Rama Dashamukhamardana Jaya Jaya Rama Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama कामित फलदा जय जय राम पाप विमोचन श्री राम पट्टाभिराम जय जय राम जानकी जीवन सीताराम जय रघुराम जय सिय राम वानर सेवित श्री राम वारिधि वंदन जय जय राम हनुमत पूजित सीताराम श्री राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।